right.
Yeah.
Um, Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Preston Troutt, the co-founder and CEO of CrowdSurf, and we're just going to chat to him today, get to know him and his company, and yeah, have some fun, hopefully. So thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time, Preston. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm here in Texas. I appreciate you having me on. I'm excited for this.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. So talk to me. What is CrowdSurf?
Yeah, so basically what we do is equity crowdfunding for creators. So our
Okay.
thoughts are that creators themselves are companies, but they don't
Mhm.
have access to capital the same way a company does. And so
Yeah.
what we've created is a structure that gives these individuals the ability to raise money in exchange for a very small percentage of everything they're going to do for a long period of time. And then
Okay.
we break up the amount that they're going to raise into $50 shares for anyone to come in and buy and fund part of their career with a credit, debit, or ACH.
Nice. Okay, cool. That's a really cool concept actually, because
Hey, good.
creatives do not have a lot of money notoriously, but they have
Yeah,
big dreams.
exactly. Yeah, I mean that's kind of our thoughts as well. These individuals, they kind of build their businesses the inverse way that a normal company does, where a lot of these
Yeah,
individuals really build a community around something, and then once you hit a certain kind of point, then you start offering these products and companies off of that. And
yeah,
so if we can help accelerate some of that, you know,
yeah,
wi- by allowing giving them a structure to say, hey guys, I'm going to open up to my community, I'm going to go raise a few $100,000 in exchange for 5% of everything I do over the next 30 years or 10
yeah,
years, however long you want to do. And then as they scale, if they start a company or if they start up a product line or
mm,
they're building up a YouTube catalog during that time, investors who helped fund that and fund part of their career, they're going to retain their rights to even after the deal's over. So theoretically, these investors are along for the ride with them. And then the
okay,
creators get capital and give up absolutely zero control to go build really whatever they want.
yeah. That's so cool. Okay, cool. So, are you in the creative space? How did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so I'm not. It's funny, I didn't even have an Instagram until May, which is pretty
Oh my
funny. But
goodness.
yeah, but no, so more I come from more of the kind of investing finance
Okay.
world, and so worked at a startup bank for about a year and a half out of college, and then from there I went to a family office kind of investment fund
Hmm.
and did a lot of work on the gaming space while I was there. And looked at the esports organizations, some of the developers, publishers, kind of some game studios, and
Yeah.
really came out to like I think my eyes were open to seeing like some of these video game streamers where these video game
Mm.
streamers could play any game they wanted to 8 hours a day and they had a massive community that they were building
Yeah.
that the big game studios would then go pay to like play their game or market their game, and they'd be getting
Yeah.
subscription. And so right about that time, we came across a company called Commonwealth, which basically does this exact same equity crowdfunding except for racehorses. And then now
Oh.
they're funding golfers and athletes. Yeah.
Oh.
And so basically we led the angel round in that company, and
Mhm.
now fast forward, that company, they had a horse, 382 owners that invested in the horse before the horse had ever raced. And the
Yeah.
horse just won the Derby this May. And so we had
Wow.
100 people at the race. We stormed the winner's circle. Like it was one of the most insane things I've ever been a part of. Uh,
That must have been
but
crazy.
yeah, I mean, it was wild. Like there were people in the Kentucky Derby winner circle who I had put $50 in the horse.
Yeah.
And other people have put $50 in the horse, and they're standing in the winner's circle of one of the biggest races out there.
That's so
And
funny.
yeah, and so kind of taking that, they had built this platform that one is like kind of a tech platform that accepts investment, in a
Yeah.
regulated way. And then they got a
Mhm.
license to go along with that. And so
Yeah.
talking to them, I was like, hey, I think I would love to take this creator
Yeah.
music world, more digital creators. They're staying more traditional sports,
Yeah.
and so that's kind of where we are now. And fast forward, we've gotten our license, which gives us the ability to raise up to $5 million from unaccredited per
Wow.
creator for as many as we want a year. And
Wow.
yeah, so we got that, and then we have two creators set to go on, YouTuber, and then kind of a musician slash DJ.
Yeah.
So,
That is so cool. Like I would have never even thought about that. Like I know a lot of creatives that are like, oh man, if I just had this, then I'd be taking it to the next level. So it really would be
exactly.
really beneficial to creatives. Like I love that. And also there are people that are willing to invest. They just don't know. First of all, there's nowhere that they can trust because it's kind of hard to invest like person to person if you've never met the
Yeah.
person, for example. So at least like your service, like CrowdSurf, offers the trust side, and also it gives like people the opportunity that maybe don't have access to the arts to be able to invest in the arts because not everybody is blessed to know like an upcoming DJ or an upcoming singer or whatever. So that's
Y-
cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's our thoughts too. It's like the creators need it. They don't necessarily know how to raise funding, and they can
Yeah,
go person to person, but then all of a sudden it's like kind of like, how do I track this?
yeah,
How do I give updates out to my single investor? And then
yeah,
same on the fans and other big creators. Like, we kind of create this structure where not only the fans can come in and invest, and they can
yeah,
mess with a toggle to see how much they could potentially make, but also there's a lot of these bigger creators that are going to come in on our deals, and we're going to see how much volume
mm.
that could invest. And then once the deal's funded, immediately take that creator on a collab video or on a stream,
Oh, yeah,
and kind of cross promote through their audience. and then
yeah,
and then they don't have to do any, like, it's just, that's like super easy. They already do that.
yeah.
And now it's like you kind of bring these smaller creators underneath your umbrella, which already happens. But now
Hmm.
it's all like now it's all, everyone gets what they want from it, and
My gosh,
so
the
we're
possibilities are endless. That's so cool.
yeah, 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 I know. Hey, that's our thoughts too. We're gonna see though.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So what are some of the challenges that you guys are currently facing at CrowdSurf?
Yeah, man, that's a good question. So, I think, a big thing that we've kind of gone through is like some of the regulatory. We kind of, basically, we had to get a license with FINRA, which is under the SEC,
Yeah,
and that took a lot of time. And then pair that with the regulatory side on the tech.
yeah.
Um, but I think now we're through both of those, and
Okay.
we're figuring out how we can, like, we have like kind of a like a like a good view on how we can market as well. Like, not market offerings, we can't do that, but we can market
Okay.
our company. And so now it's really turning towards, okay, how do we blast our vision out there? Like, how do we get what our company does out there?
Yeah.
It's really turning towards that. And so, with that, that's like kind of digital presence, a little bit of
Mm.
social media, some short
Yeah.
form content,
Yeah.
honestly, things like just this interview, that we're having. And then I think, like, another one is we want to bring someone on, whether it's full time or part time, that's really kind of in the creator world, and that could be at a management level, that could be at an
Yeah.
agency level, that could be at a record label type
Yeah.
company. We have a guy with kind of a shade under 6 million Instagram followers who works with us, and I think pairing him with someone who's really in that world at one of those places
Mhm.
that I kind of just talked about, like
Yeah.
I think I think that's how all of a sudden, the creators that we're funding, I think we could pretty consistently do one a month right now.
Okay.
But bringing someone on, I think, could pretty easily take us to three or four a month.
Yeah.
So, so I
That's
think I think
cool.
that's probably the big side is like looking at someone who's in that world, who
Yeah.
believes in the vision and mission that can really kind of put the creators coming in on rails where we kind of dive immediately into due diligence
Yeah.
after we kind of meet them.
Okay, cool. So you're looking to sort of like maybe manage the creatives that come on. Is that like that?
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe manage is too strong a word, but
Yeah.
like, but like someone that could, that not only knows that industry and knows a bunch of creators, but also maybe they could bring them brand deals. Maybe they
Yeah.
could kind of, like with our first creator, him and I kind of text all the time and talk about, strategy. And I'm more like
Yeah.
finance operations. So there's a
Yeah.
level when he's like talking about some of the strategy on content. I'm like, I don't know if I'm your guy for that, but like, on finance and banking and
Yeah.
some of the legal side, like I can very much help with that. And so I
Yeah.
think finding some people that are really in that industry at the management or agencies,
Yeah.
I think is something that like we view can take us to kind of the next level now that we're like actually kind of ready to unveil.
Yeah. Okay, cool, cool. So, okay, so you mentioned the whole marketing and growth, getting your name out there, so brand awareness and stuff. And then you've
Hmm.
mentioned that you were looking for, okay, sort of the management side of creatives, but not actually managing, just kind of guiding,
Yeah,
I guess.
right.
Right. So that those are the two functions that you're kind of sort of spearheading at the moment. So I just want to backtrack just a little bit. You did mention about the regulatories. You said that you've got your license and stuff. So are you done with the whole legal side, or would you still be open to assistance with people that maybe know, the creative side on the creative space legally, or yeah, the company itself, if there's anything there?
Yeah, I think we're open to that. I mean, so basically where we're at is like we've got our license, so that's
Yeah.
like check mark. And then tech's almost fully built out, and then the other part is there's, and this will be ever evolving, is
Yeah.
the contract set that we basically hand off to creators that
Yeah. Yeah.
allows them to raise money like
Yeah.
this in a
Yeah.
regulated manner. And so there always could be something there. I think what I would say is it's mainly around some of the like digital presence side, but like
Yes.
I think there always could be something there because that document set will be ever evolving, and
Yeah.
it's yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. All right.
Hmm.
And oh, lost it. Oh, okay. Yeah, you said on the tech side because that's where I was going next. So do you guys have, I know you have a site. Are you developing an app as well, or are you going to be primarily on the website?
Yeah, so we have an iOS app right now.
Okay.
The look and feel of both web and the app will look very different 3 weeks from now in a good way.
Okay.
So I guess that's always how it is, though,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we have iOS, we have web, and then yeah, and that's kind of what we have, and then designs will kind of look different the next 3 to 4 weeks or so.
Cool. So would you be open to somebody who would translate the iOS app to an Android app, or you're not trying to tap into that?
Um, I think we would. I think we'd be open to that. Yeah, we right now it's on the team. It's myself, who's kind of finance operations. We have
Yeah.
someone who's kind of creative,
Yeah.
creative design, and then we have my co-founder who's really full stack tech. He actually has a
Okay.
design background too, and then one more engineer as
Yeah.
well. we've looked at kind of bringing on another engineer part time. I think we'd
Hmm.
definitely be open to that. Yeah,
Okay,
like
great.
another engineer part time.
Yeah.
I think we'd 100% be open to that.
Cool. Okay, great. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for your time again, Preston. Your company is so interesting and so needed. So, yeah, definitely get the word out there. And yeah, it's been lovely chatting to you, and hopefully, we'll get to connect again soon.
Yeah, Izzy, I thank you so much for having me on. This was great, and yeah, we're gonna see. We got launch coming in probably month and a half, 2 months, and
Nice.
yeah, first creator, and we're gonna see how it goes.
All right. Well, I'm going to follow you and keep an eye out for the updates. I'll definitely shout you out.
Awesome, I love it. Awesome,
Cool.
Izzy, thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, bye bye.